TFL Podcast, host, Mr. Cali, a.k.a. Kenny Drew, for me, starring Charles Johnson, wide receiver. He played for Yuba College 49ers football team. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, it was good to know you're a familiar face. Everyone knows you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, can you tell me your name again, your age, sports, and position?
Charles Johnson, 22. I'm a psychology major at Yuba College. I play football and wide receiver.
Okay, yep. And can you tell me a little bit about yourself, sir?
A little bit about me. I'm like one of them people that's like, I want to do whatever it takes to win. Like just in podcast and life with my friends, with family. I want to do whatever it takes to be the best person every day. No matter what it is, I'm gonna try my hardest to be better.
Yep. Okay, I like that mindset.
It's a business mindset. You already know it.
Yep, I'm already knowing. I can see it. You got the image. Okay. So as JUCO sports, what you thought it would be?
JUCO sports was kind of like what I thought it was gonna be. I've been playing football my whole life, so I'm used to football. And
Okay.
it's just different. The different thing is the times and being on time at everything. You can't show up late to anything. You got to be early to class. You got to be on time to weights. You got to be on time to practice. That's really everything I thought everything was gonna be. Nothing too much changed.
Okay, I like that. Okay. So it wasn't no difference or nothing. It was just you already like you feel me? You already
I already expect.
okay.
I already expected what was going down.
Yeah. Okay. So like as JUCO sports, like where you think like the training and stuff like as you expecting, was that like something like was you expecting what could have been better or was it worse? Like
The training was what I didn't expect because when I got
okay.
there, I was already tired. I'm like, okay, this is a faster, different pace, and we in Yuba, so it's 100 degrees in the summertime when we train, and it's 105 degrees plus we on turf, 115 degrees. I'm out there sweating
Mm-hmm.
hard. I'm working hard. I'm like, okay, this is not what I expected. And then the training was different. We had good coaches to put us through the training we needed to go out and perform every game, not just perform at practice or perform only on Saturdays. We performed all week long. Saturday, performed after Saturday on Sunday with rest and recovery. We still kept going.
That's what I'm saying. I can vouch for that too because it'll be one
Mm-hmm.
team be out there in our pass, everything suited up,
Everything on, yep.
every day, no breaks, no nothing. So I can vouch for that right there because it's something that you feel me that we really had to really adapt to.
Yeah,
And
it took me by storm.
yep, rain, snow, or heat.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as that goes, so like, how confident are you in your coaching staff and their abilities to further you in your sports?
I feel like the coach is one of the most important parts of the team
Oh,
because you can have 75 players, and if you ain't coaching the players to know how to throw the ball, then what are we doing?
that's what I'm saying.
So if the coach ain't up to par, if the coach ain't taking time out of his life to be able to show up for us, then how's a coach going to expect us to show up for him if he's not giving us any guidance? I feel like the coach is the guider of the team.
So like, as far as Yuba football coach, how like what do you think they could have did different?
Different. I feel like recruiting wise, we were
Oh,
just so behind on time and everything. Like we're behind on time and getting players. We're behind on time and getting the uniforms out and getting the stuff that we needed to play. But everybody showed up to play. It didn't matter like anything. Just like I said earlier, I'm willing to show up and get better any chance I get. Whether I got to go out there without some pads, I go out there with just some knee braces and be ready to play. But that's why I feel like they needed to change the timing of everything was off.
right. That what it really was. I can vouch for that too. So, okay, tell me about injuries, whether it be current, past, or how affected your ability on your journey, and how this affects you as a JUCO and going to the next level.
For me, I really didn't have too many injuries. I probably had like one or two little dings or one or two little things like that. So I'm
Okay.
blessed when it comes to like injury side. But if I'm speaking for being around it and knowing that this is a sport that is very, very like energy wise, you got to use a lot of energy, and you got to play against bigger people, stronger people, faster people as you're a freshman in college. So I feel like for people coming in, take the time for recovery, because most people just going at it and they just show up. Okay, I'm showing up, working out, and then they going straight home, and then it's nothing after that. They just doing what coaches is telling them, and then when they go home, it's not no extra work being put in, no extra time to take care of your body. So when people get home, they eat whatever they want. They're not eating good. They get home, they're not sleeping well. So
Right.
honestly, it's
Right.
more personal.
Okay. So you think it's more personal? Okay.
Yeah, on a player standpoint, I feel like the players could have done better at Yuba.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So the four letter, you know what that is, right? The four letter.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you go to a four letter after a JUCO if you didn't get no offer to a university?
Yeah, I will go to I will go to any NAIA, like any place like outside of that where I
Yeah.
can still play. I'll still go play pro if I mean like the little semi pro. I go play semi pro if it helps me get back on my journey to where I want to be and where I want to play at and where I want to say my goal is.
Okay. So you think that's like it can benefit you if you like, go after JUCO?
Yeah, it could benefit you if you go out to JUCO. JUCO is like I feel like it's a stepping stone for other places. It gets you here. You get to know the ropes. Like it's kind of like it's not like training wheels, but it's like the first steps where you can understand college more. A lot of stuff when I got to college, I didn't understand nothing. I was just going through most of the days, and then I got this counselor, and he was just telling me like, you need to get the knowledge of this college because when you pass it on, you can pass it on to your kids now. You can pass it on to your teammates. So being in that environment and helping others and people helping me, I learned a lot.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Are you upcoming artists? Upcoding art. I said artists. Upcoding athletes. I need y'all to take notes of what Charles Johnson is saying. He experienced JUCO life, high school life of playing football, and he's progressing to the next level.
Real soon.
And yeah, let's move on. So, would you walk on to a college for a chance for a full scholarship?
Yeah, if I had the chance to walk on somewhere, I would walk on for sure. Depending
Okay.
on what I know of the school, like me having some knowledge of the school, me going there and looking at the campus and having ways and transportation to be there, depends on where it's at.
Okay. So you think it's worth it?
I feel like it's worth it, in my opinion.
Okay. Even with like funds and like housing stuff like that coming, you think walking into a whole university that you don't think you might not like actually get a spot to actually like play, you think it's worth it from coming like from far, from like
I feel like
California
when you,
going to like Arizona?
yeah, I feel like when you putting in the work, when you taking the time, it shows. Once you start going and putting in the time and saying, "Oh, I want to be here. I want to show up every day. I want to start grinding here." Once you start grinding there, the work will show itself.
Okay, yep, okay. That's right too. The work does show itself and
Hard
people
work
see
pays
it,
off.
coaches will see it, recruiters will see it.
hmm
Okay, okay. So as moving forward, would you go overseas to continue playing sports?
Oh yeah, I would love to go overseas. I feel like that's more freedom. You got like college is more. You got a lot on your plate. It's a lot of these college people who don't get help. If you get the help, yeah, college is pretty much smooth. But if you don't get the help, college is hard. But going overseas, it's not much besides what you need to do professionally. It's not, you don't need to be 8 a.m. for class. You need to be 8 a.m. for workouts. A lot of that stuff is easy. The other stuff is hard and people don't know how to get help for it.
Okay. So like where would you want to go play at, Chuck or Charles?
If I had the choice, choosing anywhere in this area, I'd choose Sac State.
Okay. Overseas wise, where would you go?
Ooh, probably like Europe.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
So my last question for you for this evening, Chuck, is as an athlete, do you think you have to sacrifice something to play into this game?
You got to sacrifice a lot to play football. It's a physical demanding sport. Is up there besides boxing is most dangerous sport. It's a lot going on, like you said, with injuries. And you're a college athlete. You got to do school. You got to show up to these classes and show up to practice. You know, you got a full day booked. You in there from 8 to 8, 9 to 9 sometimes. You know, so
Right.
I feel like that's the difference from being overseas somewhere and being in college and being a college athlete at the same time.
Okay. So you think as an athlete that every sport can relate that there's something they had to sacrifice?
Yeah, you got to sacrifice something. Whether it be you give up, you know, just some little things like, oh, I'm giving up going out every day and going to party, or I'm giving up playing video games and staying at home. Or
Right. Yeah.
I gotta be
Okay.
presenting myself.
Okay, Chuck. I like your mindset, Chuck. I like where this is going. I like how you came this evening, ready, prepared,
Mm-hmm. Trying
and
to take off like a rocket.
yep, I see you. And um, Charles, do you have any questions for me?
I had a few questions. I'll say like, what are you trying to get out of this podcast?
What am I trying to get out of this podcast
Mm-hmm.
is kind of just like awareness and like just really I could say like awareness really and like where to go from like where I'm at in JUCO and like me personally as a football player, as a track star you want to call it, and I feel like other people can um like other people can actually relate and they can actually get their story and come on here and tell their journey, how they started from here, they came from nothing and they went from somewhere, like
Mm-hmm.
so I just feel like that's really why I started it, but it was also because like it is a grade in my class.
That's good. And you said Mr. Cali with the nollie when you first came on, or
Yeah, Mr. Cali.
Mr. Cali with the nollie. What is that?
Mr. Cali with Denolia, that's my name and that's me. So that's kind of like where I'm from. So like I'm from Louisiana, but I grew up in California. So I'm Mr. Cali, you feel me, with Denolia. So I mix it with like, you feel me, I mix the Cali with Denolia, like my slang, my appearance, where I come from. So that's how I got the name.
Bringing your culture into the podcast.
Yes.
That's good. A lot of players need that culture. A lot of players need that intelligence that you got. You could be like, oh, I went through this step by step. I didn't went to 2 years of football. I didn't went to 2 years of track. You know, I didn't read the reins. I didn't did the school. Mm-hmm. You got a lot to show people. A lot of information you can give people.
Yeah, I just got done running my second year track for Yuba College, and I'm hoping to go to Grand Canyon University.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
So I played football for them too, as well. But as you know, and other like former football players for Yuba College know that it didn't end well twice. So I'm just moving on from there, and whatever God got planned for me, that's where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
But
Yeah.
I love the energy you brought here today, Chuck.
Thank
Charles. I love the energy. I love the opinions you gave and stuff like that. All that was good knowledge, and people out there like from high school coming into JUCO, they can actually use that knowledge on their journey to go D1. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so like that's why like for me, I named this podcast D4 because like JUCO don't really have like a D3, D1, D2. They don't really have that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, I feel like we just at D4. Like the only way from now from like where we are is up. So
Yeah.
that's why I named it D4, the Vision 4 podcast to be exact, but I call it D4 podcast. Yeah.
The only way for your podcast is up from here. You know, you
Yep.
got a lot of stuff you can show people. You got a lot of insight. You got a lot of vision. You got vision. Once you have that vision, just keep on to your plan and stick to it.
Yep. I like that. And I'm gonna wrap this up for you. I'm gonna let you go, Chuck. Thank you for being a guest. You're my first. ever, first ever guest on the podcast, and I'm glad you came. You showed up. You brought the energy. It was nice meeting you, Chuck.
It was nice. It was nice for you to have me. It was a pleasure to be on. I appreciate you
Yes.
having me as the first guest. You know, I'm excited. That means a lot to me.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you, Chuck.
You're welcome.